Hey friends, hope you're doing okay as we continue to do life together in an online world. Many of you would have all kinds of feelings going on right now as we continue to be in lockdowns and things. Maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're fearful, maybe you're afraid that you might get COVID, or maybe you're afraid of the impact this is going to have in other areas of life. I was reflecting this morning on Acts chapter 12 as we're doing the Seeking Jesus Together quiet time tool. If you're not doing that, get onto it. It's a really helpful thing. But in Acts chapter 12, we have the account where Herod had just killed James. And when he killed James, people got excited about it. They were enthusiastic about it and gave him lots of accolades. So he decided, hey, I'm going to arrest Peter, I'm going to put him in prison, and then I'm going to put him on trial, and I'm going to kill him too. So that was the plan. And it says in verse 5 of chapter 12, it says, "But while Peter was in prison, the church prayed very earnestly for him." So the people are praying, Peter's in prison. Then the night before the trial, Peter gets woken up by an angel. And the angel said, hey, get up. The chains fell off of him. The angel led him out of the prison, past the guards and everything. And Peter thought he was having a vision or a dream or something. And then the angel left, and all of a sudden Peter realized, I'm free. And he said this in verse 11. It says, he came to his senses. He says, it's really true. The Lord has sent his angel and saved me from Herod and from what the Jewish leaders had planned to do to me. That's an exciting thing. God miraculously rescued Peter. But when Peter came to his senses, he then went to a lady named Mary's house. She was the mother of John Mark, it tells us, and the people were there praying. Peter knocked on the door. And as Peter knocked on the door, a servant girl named Rhoda ran to the door. She heard Peter's voice, and she was so excited she forgot to let him in. She ran back and she told everybody, hey, Peter's at the door, Peter's at the door. And they said, you're out of your mind. There's no way Peter's at the door. He's in prison. They had been praying earnestly, and they didn't recognize that God had answered their prayer. Well, long story short, they let Peter in, and he tells them, hey guys, yeah, it's me. God's done this. Go tell James and the others what has happened. Some things we can take away from this. First of all, in this season, we need to be praying earnestly. There are a lot of things you can be praying about. You can be praying about the pandemic in our world. You can be praying about the atrocities going on in Afghanistan. You can be praying about Myanmar and the unrest there and the difficulties that the people are enduring. But you can also be praying for things in your own personal life. You can be praying about the difficulties your kids are having doing school from home, doing it online, and you're working from home and all of those things. You can be praying into those, asking God for wisdom, strength, and peace, and really just comfort, because it's not going to be easy. But pray earnestly. And then when you pray earnestly, then wait expectantly. The people were praying for Peter, and they weren't expecting the answer they got. Peter showed up. I think they were probably praying that Peter would be comforted. They might have been praying for a good outcome from the trial. Or maybe that Peter would have peace as he was killed the next day. Something like that. God answered their prayer above and beyond what they were able to ask or imagine. They prayed, but they weren't necessarily waiting expectantly. And then we can pray earnestly, wait expectantly, and then share enthusiastically. Peter said, hey, go tell James and go tell the others what God has done. Rhoda went and she told everybody else, Peter's at the door. She was excited about it. When God answers your prayer, share those stories so that others can be encouraged by it too. We love you. We're praying for you and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.